they need some assistance. And it was really great. And I went probably about 3 or 4. And I just went, shook some hands, took some pictures, did some interviews for TV One. And it was really great just to say hello to those folks. Because, yo, seriously, y'all, that's us. That's the system. And I really think that we undervalue those individuals. We undervalue the people who literally are giving of themselves for our electoral process. And I'm not just talking about the presidential campaign. I think we got to remember that there are these people out here, man. We got to remember that they're out here and they are they're working those polls for presidential campaigns and city council races and gubernatorial races, and they're working these campaigns for school board. I mean, I can just go down the line. I can just go down the line. I can just go down the line. And I just think that sometimes we really need to just show our appreciation for these people. And, in a lot of cases, I mean, my parents, dad's 69, mama's 68, she'll be 69 next month. And, the thing about this, is that these folks don't have to do it. These folks could be at home enjoying themselves. They could be chilling. They could say it's really up to somebody else. But they're out there. And so I want you guys, as you go vote, I really want you, if you come upon these folks, just tell them thank you. Just tell them thank you for what you do. Just tell them we really appreciate what you do. We appreciate your hard work. We appreciate you volunteering. And even if it's for a nominal amount, even if it's for, like I say, a nominal amount, doesn't matter. And so you hear all of these, you always talk about rigged election and all that sort of stuff. But I think it behooves us to remember that there are a lot of places in this world that would love the kind of elections that we have. There are a lot of places in this world that would really, really appreciate the smooth operation that we have in this country. And so I just want us to remember that. I want us to remember to thank those people who literally are out there working the polls, who literally are out there day in and day out, assisting us with our ballots, ensuring that everything is tight and right. I just want us to remember that, because, man, without those people, we don't have elections. We don't. We really don't have it. And so that's one of the reasons why I did that. I just wanted to say thanks to folks. I wanted to tell people to hold the line, because the voter suppression is real. In North Carolina, according to one estimate, Black voter turnout is down 17%. We're seeing that in Ohio as well. And so we're going to talk about that right here. We're going to talk about that. What is happening? What are you seeing? What are you experiencing? What is going on there? I had a chance to talk to people on the ground in North Carolina on Friday, and a lot of them said, and talked to some first-time voters, and they said they had to come out and vote because they want to make sure our vote was not taken for granted. So we come back. I'll talk about that. Also, I'm going to talk about Shaw University. I was their convocation speaker on Friday. I'll tell you guys about that as well. This is Roland Martin Show. Back in a moment.
Call 844-736-7474 and talk to Roland Martin next. We'll be back.
Dealing with stresses in life can be dizzying, even to the point of debilitating. Fulfill the Art and Joy of Balance Living by Dr. Jackie Hood Martin is such a resource that helps you to cope with the unseen in life, that allows you to move yourself forward and feel as if you can accomplish what you're setting out to attain. It's time to live your life on your terms, to have the clarity and mindfulness that is needed to succeed. Fulfill the Art and Joy of Balance Living by Dr. Jackie Hood Martin. So wake up, be in control, take this
opportunity to discover how you can live your life on your terms. Yes, you and only you can turn the corner in what's happening in your life and make a change for the better. Fulfill the Art and Joy of Balance Living with Dr. Jackie Hood Martin. Available today at www.jackiehood.com.
We have a
All right, folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. As I said, we were talking about Election Day. And, you know, when we talk about what's going on in our election process, I was speaking about the people out there who make this possible. I was speaking about the people who are willing to step up, to put it on the line. And let me tell you what's going on. What's going on here? And that is when we begin to see the folks out here who are working our campaigns, when we begin to see the folks out here, they are believers in our process. And I think that, again, as I said to folks earlier, I think that we need to have a level of appreciation for them. So on Friday, I was in North Carolina, and I had to speak to the Shaw University. So they had their convocation on Friday, and it was pretty interesting because one, it was my first time being on the campus of Shaw University, and so what happened was I was supposed to do their commencement last year. Excuse me, in May, and I thought we had it worked out. I thought I was going to be able to do it. But something happened. I'm not quite sure what happened, but I was unable to do their commencement. So they thought I turned them down, but I didn't turn them down, and so it was all kind of stuff. It was all kind of stuff. So okay, so that's what happened. That's what happened. So I'm doing Shaw. So let me tell y'all something, right? This kills me. I'm gonna get to this Comey stuff in a minute. So I just want to give Shaw some love, one of our HBCUs. So what happens whenever I'm doing these commencements or convocations, it's amazing to me how serious people are at these events. No, really. It trips me out how serious they are at these events. I'm talking about like really serious. And so, man, you go to one of these things, and man, folks, this is a solemn occasion. And so they kept saying that to me about convocation. And I was like, why is this solemn? Why is this solemn? And I never understood. I still don't understand why we're so solemn. Why are such events, including graduation, treated as solemn occasions? I don't understand that. What? Same thing happened. I gave the commencement speech at Grambling. And I'm like, where y'all coming from? The music is slow. And it's like, well, and I never understand that. And so I'm the wrong cat if y'all looking for a solemn speaker. I am the wrong one. I'm not that kind of dude. I'm not that solemn dude. And man, that thing kills me. And it's just, and so, okay, somebody on my Facebook page right now, it really is a serious matter. No, it's not. Do y'all understand what graduation is? Graduation is a celebration. Graduation, man, is a time for us to be fired up, to be excited. Convocation, they said, okay, this is the beginning of the new academic year. Great. It was the convocation at Shaw this weekend, y'all. It was Founders Day. It was homecoming weekend. I need somebody to explain to me what about that is solemn. So let me tell y'all what I did. Oh man, oh, it got crazy. So the band was playing one of those really solemn songs. Ro was not feeling how solemn it was. So I told the band, I'm gonna need y'all to give me some HBCU band music while I am here. I cannot listen to no sad songs, no solemn songs. I can't do it. I can't. Y'all can't. Y'all got the wrong brother if that's what y'all want. I need y'all to crank this thing up. So the Shaw University band director, y'all, he wasn't trying to do that. And I was like, bro, I'm gonna need you to do this thing, man. And y'all, he was not trying to do it. And he thought he could just sit there and ignore me and think I was going to move on. No, that was not going to happen. Same thing happened when I gave the commencement speech at Grambling. The same exact thing when I spoke at Grambling. I said, I think it was 2011. When did I speak at Grambling? I can't remember when I spoke at Grambling. I got to find it. But it was the same thing. And I said, man, y'all killing me with this solemn stuff. So let me, I'm going to fast forward. See, do I have it right here? Okay. Okay. Okay, so check this out. So this is the intro. Okay, so this is the introduction. So I was introduced by the Grambling president. This is what I did to the solemn graduation occasion.
All right, folks, how we doing? How we doing? Okay, this is not a funeral. This room is way too solemn. We were walking in and we were playing the music. I said, does all graduation music have to be this solemn? I gave the speech last week at Lamont Oil College and the same thing. So I told my brother who was playing the organ, he was playing Pomp and Circumstance. I said, you got to spice this thing up. So I didn't come to Grambling for it to be this solemn. So can the band give me some Grambling music, please? I would like that. Play that same graduation song. Give me a Blackbird. All right, y'all got 30 seconds. Go on. Y'all got 30. Let's go.
See, that's what I did. That's what I did at Grambling graduation. They're sending me the video for the Shaw University graduation, and they played about 5-6 minutes. I'm just saying, y'all, I just cannot stand these solemn occasions. So to every university president, can y'all please stop having these boring, drawn out graduations and turn that thing into a party? People have been working their behinds off. Same thing with convocation. Give them something to look forward to. Funk that thing up. So if y'all looking for somebody who's going to do that, I ain't nobody else going to do a commencement or a convocation like I do it. So just give me a holler and I'll be right there. I'm just saying. So Shaw University, I appreciate it. Thank you so very much to your president. I had a great time with her as well. She's doing some phenomenal things at Shaw University. And so I just want us to learn to, man, turn this thing out and stop having these solemn, boring occasions. I ain't come to a funeral. I came to a HBCU campus. This is Roland Martin Show. Back in a moment. All right, folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. Man, last Monday, the greatest running back in Houston Texans history, Arian Foster, announced his retirement from the NFL. Well, today, I've just seen the news that the greatest wide receiver in Houston Texans history, Andre Johnson, is announcing his retirement as well. Man, sorry to hear that. I know Andre. I know his mom. I know them well. He is really, really a good brother. I mean, a really, really good brother. And so he, of course, was cut by the Texans, played for a year with the Colts. This year was with the Tennessee Titans, and announced he is hanging it up. So sorry to see Andre go. All right, folks, let's get right to this craziness in this presidential election. A bombshell was dropped on Friday. By FBI Director James Comey when he sent a letter to notify them of some emails that were discovered as a part of another investigation. And so he notified them of that. And so the email that he sent was sent to Richard Burr, who chairs the Select Committee on Intelligence, Senator Richard Burr, Senator Charles Grassley, who chairs the Committee on the Judiciary, Senator Richard Shelby, chairman of the Committee on Appropriations, Subcommittee on Commerce, Justice, Science, and Related Agencies, Senator Ron Johnson, chairman of the Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs, Senator Devin Nunes, chair, Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, that's Representative Devin Nunes, Congressman Bob Goodlatte, chair, Committee on the Judiciary, Representative John Culberson, chairman, Committee on the Appropriations, Subcommittees on Commerce, Justice, Science, and Related Agencies, as well as Congressman Jason Chaffetz, chairman of the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. This is what he said. In previous congressional testimony, I referred to the fact that the Federal Bureau of Investigation, parentheses FBI, had completed its investigation of former Secretary Clinton's personal email server. Due to recent developments, I'm writing to supplement my previous testimony. In connection with an unrelated case, the FBI has learned of the existence of emails that appear to be pertinent to the investigation. I'm writing to inform you that the investigative team briefed me on this yesterday, and I agreed that the FBI should take appropriate investigative steps designed to allow investigators to review these emails to determine whether they contain classified information, as well as to assess their importance to our investigation. Although the FBI cannot yet assess whether or not this material may be significant, and I cannot predict how long it will take us to complete this additional work, I believe it is important to update your committees about our efforts in light of my previous testimony. Well, man, that thing dropped on Friday, and it set off a political nuclear bomb. Breaking news left and right. Folks in the media was trying to figure out what in the world was causing this. It was, you name it, and all you saw over the weekend was emails. It was back and forth about emails. Clinton campaign called on Comey to release more information. Republicans were like, what happened here? Even Republicans said, what in the world's going on? Because there's a standard practice in the Department of Justice that you don't release information like this to impact an election. And man, all of a sudden you had all this back and forth. Now, according to various reports, FBI agents had the emails for several weeks. The emails were on a laptop shared by Anthony Weiner and his estranged wife, Huma Abedin. Of course, she is a longtime aide to Hillary Clinton. So this thing, man, is going back and forth. And so now all of a sudden, you've got Republicans and Democrats. So this lit a fire under the Trump campaign. I mean, they were fired up about this here. Then all of a sudden, you had all this back and forth that was going on. Then, of course, the Clinton campaign firing back. I mean, it was just one thing after another. One thing after another. Another, and another. And you're like, oh my goodness, what in the world is going on? Now, even Janine, is it Pirro? She's on Fox News. She's like, this is unfair. Let me tell you how crazy this is. Okay, y'all need to understand how absolutely unbelievably crazy this thing is. It's how crazy this thing is. Okay. Joe Walsh, former congressman, Illinois, Looney Tunes. He has tweeted some unbelievable, crazy stuff. Even he said this is unfair to Hillary Clinton. And so this drop at the last second causes this thing to just spiral out of control. So the question I'm posing to you is, and it's a big question. It's a big question. It's a really big question. Really is, what's next? Do you believe that it was fair? 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 I mean, I don't know what to make of any of this. I have no idea, but it's stunning. It's stunning what happened here. It's like, really? Wow. It's stunning. It's stunning to watch. It's stunning to watch these developments, because Comey was called a straight guy. Comey was called a straight guy. And that's what I find to be really, really interesting about this whole deal. Really interesting about this whole deal. So 844-736-7474, 844-736-7474. Want to get your thoughts, your perspective. Do you believe this changes the race? Do you believe that people's opinions are so hardened that, you know what, they already set in stone? Whatever you're gonna say is unbelievable. What do you think? 844-736-7474, 844-736-7474. Love to get your thoughts, your perspective. Give me a call. Would love to hear from you. All right. Got to go to a break, pay some bills. This is the Roland Martin Show. I'll be back in a moment. All right, folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. So, man, okay, this is what is also, I keep hearing the phrase unprecedented being thrown around as well, being thrown around left and right. And I want to, so here's also interesting. Eric Holder has weighed in on this. Eric Holder, the former Attorney General, he wrote a piece that I caught last night and that the Washington Post actually ran in their paper as well. And the headline it was a column. Eric Holder, James Comey is a good man, but he made a serious mistake. And according to this opinion piece by Eric Holder, and he says, I began my career in the Justice Department's public integrity section 40 years ago, investigating cases of official corruption. In the years since, I have seen America's justice system firsthand from nearly every angle. As a prosecutor, judge, attorney in private practice, and Attorney General of the United States, I understand the gravity of the work our Justice Department performs every day to defend the security of our nation, protect the American people, uphold the rule of law, and be fair. That is why I am deeply concerned about FBI Director James B. Comey's decision to write a vague letter to Congress about emails potentially connected to a matter of public and political interest. That decision was incorrect. It violated long-standing Justice Department policies and tradition, and it ran counter to guidance that I put in place 4 years ago, laying out the proper way to conduct investigations during an election season. That guidance, which reinforced established policy, is still in effect and applies to the entire Justice Department, including the FBI. The department has a practice of not commenting on ongoing investigations. Indeed, except in exceptional circumstances, the department will not even acknowledge the existence of an investigation. The department also has a policy of not taking unnecessary action close in time to election day that might influence an election's outcome. These rules have been followed during Republican and Democratic administrations. They aren't designed to help any particular individual or to serve any political interest. Instead, they are intended to ensure that every investigation proceeds fairly and judiciously, to maintain the public trust in the department's ability to do its job free of political influence, and to prevent investigations from unfairly or unintentionally casting public suspicion on public officials who have done nothing wrong. Director Comey broke with these fundamental principles. I fear he has unintentionally and negatively affected public trust in both the Justice Department and the FBI. And he has allowed, again without improper motive, misinformation to be spread by partisans with less pure intentions. Already, we have learned that the importance of the discovery itself may have been overblown. According to the director himself, there is no indication yet that the, quote, newly discovered, unquote, emails bear any significance at all. And yet, because of his decision to comment on this development before sufficient facts were known, the public has faced a torrent of conspiracy theories and misrepresentations. This controversy has its roots in the director's July decision to hold a news conference announcing his recommendation that the Justice Department bring no charges against Hillary Clinton. And instead of making a private recommendation to the Attorney General consistent with Justice Department policy, he chose to publicly share his professional recommendation as well as his personal opinions about the case. That was a stunning breach of protocol. It may set a dangerous precedent for future investigations. It was wrong. Wow. That is Attorney General, former Attorney General Eric Holder. Also, two former Deputy Attorney Generals, one serving under a Democrat, one serving under a Republican, Jamie Gorelick, Larry Thompson. Both of them said what Comey did was a danger to our democracy. Wow. It's amazing how Comey made a decision that he thought was about transparency, and that what it has done is absolutely confuse both sides. And you know something is bad when Republicans and Democrats are utterly confused by the actions of the FBI director. That is crazy. That is what's crazy. 844-736-7474, 844-736-7474. I'm trying to pull up my call list right now. I have some issues. I think I just got in. Let's go to the phone lines. Ed in Houston, Texas. Ed, you're on the Roland Martin Show. Ed, what do you make of this mess?
Well, you know, when I originally called you, I hadn't thought about answering this question, but I think that you had mentioned something earlier that you think people's minds are already made up. This is 63 years old. I've seen a couple of presidential elections. This election is like going to, like going to a concert or something. It's like crazy, It's like no one can. I mean, you got one guy. Like people are saying that it's the lesser of two evils, or I don't like Hillary or whatnot. This is how I feel about it. If you were stranded on a desert island and you got injured, and on that island was a con artist and a doctor that had their license taken away to practice, who would you want to work on you? The person that has the experience of doing medical work. This is crazy. Everyone's getting their panties in a bunch about this letter, but no one seems to be concerned that Donald Trump is going on trial for rape next month. How are you going to have a president on trial for rape? That just makes no sense. But yet, it also doesn't make sense that it doesn't matter to his supporters. That there's a handful of undecideds that maybe this information, I don't see how this information could swing you away from Hillary to vote for the alternative. It's not, to me, it's not that important. These emails, like everyone's saying for her to release the emails. Well, if the reason that she's in trouble is that she destroyed classified emails and you released them, then aren't you also an accomplice in breaching classified information? You know, what do you want? You just don't like this woman? Well, she's not your friend. She's going to be your leader. Do you like your boss? Do you like the guy that is your banker? Do you like the guy at the gas station? No, they provide a service to you. And if that service is provided, then you move on with your life. You know, this whole, I don't like Hillary, I don't trust Hillary. Well, Hillary's a politician. And politicians, by their nature, lie and deceive people. They do what they do. Now, is it a lot of times in your best interest? Yes. Sometimes it's not in your best interest? Yes. But if you got just some guy juggling, you know, like some clown juggling nuclear bombs in the Oval Office, that ain't never going to end pretty. All I've got.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so very much. Devin in New York. Devin, you're on Roland Martin Show.
How you doing, Roland? I heard the previous caller, Ed. He said that Trump is being brought up on these rape charges. He's going to be on trial. I mean, I just think it's a bunch of BS. I would rather go for the guy that's not under FBI investigation.
Actually, hold tight 1 second. We got to go to a break. I want you to hold your thoughts right there. We come back and we'll take more of your questions. What do you make of this whole Comey letter? I mean, do you think it's going to impact the election anyway? Give me a call right here, 844-736-7474. Back in Roland Martin Show in a moment. All right, folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. We're talking the election. We're 8 days away. And the letter that FBI Director James Comey have sent to the members of Congress on Friday, could that change this campaign? The FBI has now gotten a warrant to look at these emails about Huma Abedin, which is on a laptop that was shared by her and her husband, former Congressman Anthony Weiner. He was, of course, being investigated for allegedly texting or sexting a teen. So they've discovered these emails in that investigation, then notified the other team investigating the Clinton Foundation emails. All right, folks, let's go back to the phone lines. Devin, you were speaking, so I want you to go ahead and finish your comment, please.
With the candidate that's not under investigation by the FBI, I would rather go with the candidate that we don't have to question what she's doing with secured information. Like, regardless of whether she intentionally meant to get it out, or whether Uma has it, or whether her husband has it, or who has it, the point is Hillary was irresponsible, and that is the bottom line. She was irresponsible, and this isn't the first time she's been irresponsible. Like Ed said, the previous caller said, well, you know.
So here's my question. So you said that she was irresponsible. Okay, got it. All right. So are you saying that disqualifies her for the presidency?
That disqualifies her for the presidency.
So are you saying that? Okay. So here's my question. So are you saying then that as a result of this, you want Trump to be president?
Absolutely. I want Trump to be president, but not only because of this. Trump is working to change the culture, and there's a culture in America where certain people don't have a voice.
So when you say he's working, so I've got a question for you. So when you say he's working to change the culture, how?
By giving people who don't have a voice, like Trump says all the time.
How? I'm trying to understand though. You keep saying he's going to give them a voice. I'm still asking how.
Right. I'm telling you, Trump is the voice. Sometimes you need people to back you up for you to speak your mind. That happens in school, that happens at work. If somebody's backing you up, it gives you the strength to speak your mind. If nobody's backing you up, and you got Obama and Hillary and Joe Biden and everybody against you trying to tell you what you can do and what you can say, after a while, that builds up. And that's exactly why Dylan Roof did what he did.
Okay, I'm still trying to understand. You're saying he will back you up. I still know what you're talking about. You keep, okay. So here's my question. So you said that, the email disqualifies her. Do you believe that his alleged sexual assault disqualifies him?
Absolutely not. I'm not going to go around accusing a man of something that he allegedly did.
No, but wait, hold on. But that's you. But you're not one of the 12 women.
No, I'm not.
So you're saying that you will. So here's what I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand this here. So the FBI director announced in July. He announced in July that they were not going to pursue charges against her.
Right.
So because it did not warrant that level, but you're saying that disqualifies her. But then you have these allegations of sexual assault against Trump. In his own words, he's described grabbing women by their vagina. Those were his own words. And other women will say he sexually assaulted them. But you say that doesn't matter?
But like your previous caller said, Trump is providing a service.
What service?
To give people a voice.
How?
That they can fight for their right.
I'm still keep saying he's giving them a voice. How?
How? I don't know what other way to explain it to you. We need leadership. We need strong leadership. That's just it. We can't have people like Hillary beating around the bush, cutting words.
So okay, hold up. So 1 second. You say we need strong leadership. So
yeah,
I'm confused here. If the intelligence community says Russia is behind hacking our democracy, and that same candidate says, well, I don't believe it. I don't believe there's no proof to it. and you literally have multiple intelligence agencies making this point, that's leadership.
Well, I didn't hear anything about an intelligence agency.
Dude, hold on, you didn't. For James Clapper, National Director of Intelligence, Jay Johnson, Secretary of Homeland Security, both of them made that point.
Hillary wants to go to war with Russia. So, I mean...
Wait, hold up. Hillary wants to go to... Hillary Clinton doesn't want to go to war with Russia?
Oh, Roland. The way she spoke about Russia at the last debate, she wants to go to war with Russia.
Dude, the United States does not want to go to war with Russia. You don't want to go to war with another superpower. That's nuts. Go to war how?
With Hillary, you don't know what you're going to get. With Hillary...
Wait a minute, but a lot of people say we can say that about Donald Trump.
You can say that about Donald Trump, but that's your point of view.
Hold up. Wait a minute. But isn't this your point of view? So what you're saying is your point. So you're saying your point of view takes precedent over mine?
But yes, I'm right. Just like you was wrong about...
No, you're not right. You're wrong.
I am right.
Okay. All right, Doc.
I'm right, Roland.
All right. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Have a good one. Boy, he's wrong. JB in Louisiana. Hey, JB.
Hey, Roland. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
We're going to pray for Devin.
Yes, Lord.
And pray that he get understanding. But to answer your question, no, I don't think that this changes the race. I think people's minds were made up a long time ago. And just like when Comey came out in July and pretty much cleared Hillary Clinton of any wrongdoing, I think that she's perfectly fine, because I think we have to keep our eye on the prize. Let's not forget that this isn't going to be decided by the popular vote. We have to look to the Electoral College. And the numbers today are still promising. It's showing 304 to 234 with the advantage for Hillary. So I'm hanging on to that. And speaking about Comey, you mentioned him in his announcement on last week. First of all, I think it was disturbing that he would even comment on it. As former Attorney General Holder said in his statement, directors of law enforcement agencies never, ever comment on ongoing investigations, because you don't want to cast doubt on the integrity of the investigation. His letter to Congress reeks of political influence. And although he claims that it was an effort to be transparent, it has completely backfired. And in an effort to be transparent, he has pretty much fanned the extremist conservative flame, which is something that we don't need. But those are a group of people that were already decided for Donald Trump a long time ago. So why even think about what they say? Comey's letter, it raises a lot of questions. First of all, it's confusing. Congress isn't a grand jury. Congress isn't an investigating agency. The FBI is, and he's the director.
Actually, hold up. Congress does have investigative powers. Yeah, so Congress, and so they do have investigative powers. They can subpoena. They can hold somebody in contempt. So go right ahead.
Investigation are still very disturbing. Again, as former Attorney General Holder pointed out in his letter, unless it's a circumstance, a very special circumstance, and the only one that I could think of right now is in situations that are of national security, you don't comment on them. You don't even acknowledge their existence. But I think we're going to be fine, and I think Hillary is still going to be successful.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. All right, then. I'm still laughing at Devin. Okay, Devin's call is still hilarious to me. No, it really is. I'm like, dude, really? Really? Okay. Wow. That's interesting. I find it interesting how he said that my position was invalidated, but his was valid. Okay. Play it, whatever floats your boat. I mean, this thing here, this is First of all, what we now see is that the Clinton campaign cannot coast to a victory or anything like that. This is going to be a dogfight. It is what it is. It is going to be a dogfight. And what you're seeing is this dogfight develop. You're seeing it right now. And this is what we're seeing. It is, I am just still perplexed about this Comey decision. I am. I can't think about the last time somebody made a decision that utterly confused both parties. It's confusing. All right, I'm gonna take more of your phone calls when we come back on Roland Martin Show. All right, folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. 844-736-7474. 844-736-7474. Taking your phone calls. What do you make of the James Comey announcement? How people are responding. Doug Scone. He is a Clinton supporter, longtime Clinton supporter. He was on Fox and Friends, and he said that he was withdrawing his support of her, withdrawing his support of her because there will be a constitutional crisis. So check this out.
Given that this investigation is going to go on for many months after the election, no matter who it is, when the Secretary of State leaves, we will have a criminal investigation. Would that have to be under investigation? The Secretary of State, the President-elect, should she win, under investigation? Harris, under these circumstances, I am actively reassessing my support. I'm not a Trump.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Right.
You're not going to vote for Hillary Clinton?
Harris, I'm deeply concerned that we will have a constitutional crisis if she's elected.
Wow.
I want to learn more this week, see what we see. But as of today, I am not a supporter of the Secretary of State for the nation's
How long have you known the Clintons, Doug?
I've known the Clintons since '94.
Wow.
All right, folks, 844-736-7474. 844-736-7474. All right, to the phone lines. Let's see here. Let's go to North Carolina, where I was on Friday, one of our battleground states. Wanda, how you doing? Wanda, go ahead.
Okay, Roland, let me start with Devin first. We, instead of sprinkling holy water on Devin, we need to just pour it on him. Because to me, this email mess that broke out on Friday, it's like making cornbread without the cornmeal. How can you get a complete, beautiful pan of cornbread if you ain't got that meal to go with it? It's just a mess. All I see is a mess. It's as if they hate this woman so bad that they would do whatever they can to stop her from making it in the Oval Office. Hillary is going to be president, so they might as well sit down because I done voted. It ain't going to change my mind about her. I know she got the little email scandal thing going on. I don't care about the emails. You know, if she did something wrong, I'm sure she would stand and be judged for it. But Trump to take something that didn't have no facts with it and just run the TV and start putting his 2 cents in it, throwing in some couple of lies here and there, and then you got the people that's willing to run. Don't run, stand there. You was with her before this came out. Stand and be with her now. And I'm not going, I'm going to back her all the way to the White House if I got to pick her up and carry her. You know, that would be the first woman president. History in the making. I don't know whether they just hate women or they just hate her, which I know they hate her. But, you know, to me, this election has been a bunch of let's throw the bombs at Hillary Clinton. She don't being tried because of everybody else. They went from the emails to her husband, now to this the Uma woman, her husband. Hillary ain't got nothing to do with what that man did. She ain't got nothing to do with it. He's just scared. Leave Hillary alone. Let Hillary be the president, because she's going to be the president. Who wants Donald Trump? If we want a circus, we'll go and see a circus. I want to be able to sleep at night without worrying whether I got my bags packed, whether I have to run to a fallout shelter. Come on, they need to get real. Leave that woman alone. How can you take something with somebody put out there without any facts? They send emails all of a sudden, oh my God, she's guilty. Nail her to the cross. Leave that woman alone. vote. Don't vote red. If you do, we all dead. I'm telling you, vote blue. That's all I got to say, Roland.
All right, Wanda, thank you so very much for calling. Let's go to Rodney in Ohio. Hey, Rodney.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
All good.
Hey, okay, I don't know. I remember, and I used to see it in the Enquirer magazine, that Donald Trump was seen with John Gotti. How come I don't bring that up? He was part of the mob. His dad was part of the mafia. He's a puppet.
I haven't heard that one.
No, man, it was back in 1985 or 86. He was, before John Gotti got arrested, he was standing next to him in a with tan trench coat. He was seen with John Gotti. And then when John Gotti got indicted, he was seen going to the trial with him. Put him in jail. Now John Gotti's dead. What was that about? And Donald Trump is part of the mafia. He's part of the Rothschilds. He's part of the all of them. He's a puppet. And everybody want to vote for Donald Trump. His dad was part of the mafia with Al Capone and all them. You got to do the research. I did it. And, so we're going to vote for somebody that's never been a politician. He was also seen, he'd never been a politician. He was also on, there's a news, little article, video that he was speaking highly of Hillary Clinton. That's on Facebook. It's searching blatant on Facebook. He was highly seen with Hillary, speaking highly of Hillary Clinton. Now it's 2016. Ooh, she's a nasty lady and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Come on. People need to wake up and do their research. And it says the nine most deadliest people. And Rothschilds, Jacob, John, and whatever the hell the other one's name is. But the 9 worst people that's going to kill humanity. And it's on Facebook. It's circulating on Facebook. And I did my research. I'm like, wait a minute. Taking over banks? How did you do that? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Man.
All righty.
Hey, love you, man.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so very much. All right, let's go to Jay in Nevada. Hey, Jay.
Good morning, Roland. How you doing, sir?
Doing great.
Grab your driver because you just might have to kick me down the fairway here. I'm going to lay some stuff down. I'm kind of angry. First off, Comey opened up the door without any information. So he fed the Republican Party and Donald Trump a whole bunch of nothing to start feeding his flock of ignorant followers. And this is going to be a close race, but Hillary is going to win. Now, Evan, Donald Trump had to pay off a woman back in 1998 that he sexually molested. For the past 30 years, 40 years, he has sexually and harassed women, made comments too. On tape, Devin, he said that he walked into underage teenage girls' dressing rooms as they were naked. That's called a pervert, Devin. He said it on tape, whether you like it or not. He has a sexual case coming in December, which is a fact. I've called the courthouse. I called it last month. It's in the court system. Whether or not he is found guilty or not, right now, isn't the deal. The deal is he's got a rape case for a 13-year-old girl. And for you to say that you would prefer having a rapist or a presumptive rapist in the White House over a woman's emails, and by listening to you talk, Devin, it sounds like you would touch a boy over a girl. I want you to come to Reno, Nevada.
Hey, Jay, hold tight 1 second. Jay, hold on.
time zone shy.
Jay, hold on 1 second. I'm going to go to a commercial break. I'll let you finish your thoughts on the flip side. 844-736-7474, 844-736-7474. This is Roland Martin Show. Back in a moment.
And talk to Roland Martin next. We'll be back. Can you tell if the surfaces in this kitchen are crawling with bacteria that could cause chronic arthritis? Can you? You can't see it either. Wash surfaces, utensils, and hands frequently with soapy water while preparing food, especially when handling raw meats or eggs. Raw food may contain bacteria that can make you very sick, or worse. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year, and roughly 3,000 will die. But you can keep your family safer by cleaning with soap and water as you go. Learn more about this and other important information. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. That's foodsafety.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council. Hey, there he is. How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand or what? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke. Are you okay? I'm having a stroke. Your face looks weird too. I'm having a stroke. Are you having a seizure or something? I'm having a stroke. When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. I'm having a stroke. You just need to know the sudden signs. For fast, F-A-S-T, F, face drooping, A, arm weakness, or S, speech difficulty, then T, time to call 911 immediately, because the sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment, and that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Know the sudden signs: face, arm, speech, time. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
You're getting back and forth between different coasts, I'm sure.
It's time to get back to the issues that matter. Let's get back to the Roland Martin Show.
Mm-hmm. All right, folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. 844-736-7474. 844-736-7474. Before we went to the break, Jay was talking about Comey and the emails and the drama. So, Jay, pick up where you left off.
You know, I've said this before on air to you, Roland. My daughter was molested by their stepdad, and he spent 7 years in prison. Devin, I don't take child molestation lightly. I don't take sexual molestation of women lightly. And for you to say that you'd rather put a molester of women in the presidency, knowing going in, you're ignorant. And I'm calling you straight out, you're ignorant. And I apologize to everybody else who might be listening, who I might insult. But you know what, Devin? Hillary Clinton, 31,000 schools, 11.5 million kids she's helped with food, with education. Donald Trump, 4,000 lawsuits. Molestation. He screwed everybody that he's dealt with. He has said he wants people to have nuclear weapons. He has not helped you. He is not helping anybody. He has lit the wick of hate on everybody's head. And you, sir, are one of them. You want the truth? Look at the truth. You talk about people having blinders. Your blinders are your own ignorance. You don't want to see facts. Hillary Clinton, for 30 years, has had the Republican Party doing a witch hunt on them. And they have not been criminally charged for anything. They are the most hated political party ever, but they get things done. Look at the Republicans that liked Hillary when she was in the Senate, but now that she's running, they're against her. Trump said that she'd make a good president. Trump, for the past 17 months, has been putting down blacks, women, Mexicans, Muslims, everybody that he talks about. He has done nothing but degrade the United States of America, playing on your weakest emotion, and you love it. He's not going to do anything for you specifically, Devin. And like I said, from your formulations of your words and sentences, sounds like you might be on the feminine side of manhood, which I don't care.
Okay, I got it. So, what's your thoughts about the Comey emails? The Comey letter. You're talking about the Comey letter to Congress.
I think it was planted. For the presidency to let Trump get in there.
Really?
Yeah, I think what he did, I think he took all the heat, and he wanted to open up the door because he knows that he screwed up, and he wanted to give them something to feed on to take her down. Even though he's a Republican, he said that he hasn't been registered for a while. I think that he put it there specifically because he just now asked for a subpoena to get all the emails. He has no specific information. He just has a presumptive speculation of what's really in there, and I think he opened up the door. Hillary's still going to win, Roland, but I think he's opened up the door, and it's going to be really close, and it's for everybody else to get out there to make sure that she doesn't lose. I think it's going to be hard, but I think she'll win. I think it'll be like 272 to 269, whatever it might be. It's going to be close, but he did this on purpose. He knew what he did, and he gave them candy to feed on.
Okay, I appreciate it, man. Thanks so very much. Let's go to Savannah in Florida.
Hello, good morning, Martin. How are you?
All good.
Hello. Good. First, I just wanted to say that everybody attacking Devin, just stop, because the hypocrisy that's going on with this whole entire election has just been really amazing to see, actually, because the one thing that you want to tear Trump down for doing, Hillary is married to someone who is Trump-esque in Bill Clinton. And he does, you know, some of the same things that Trump is, you know, torn down for doing. So I don't get that. As far as the emails are concerned, I am happy that they have come out. I think that the exposure of all of this evilness that goes on within our government is good for all of us to see, because we can't put on the blinders to think that these people are for our good when they are not.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, I just want to know what your thoughts are on that. I think it's very dangerous to be deflecting and blaming Russia for these emails that have been leaked, when the government that, you know, had us all a few years ago thinking that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction, and we all know that that turned out to be true.
Well, you do have, Savannah. Well, you do have. First of all, we are witnessing. We are in an era of cyber terrorism. You might remember, was it 2 years ago? Remember when North Korea did some hacking of us? 1 year at the Sony. No. I'm talking about North Korea. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes. North Korea. You had that. You also had China involved. I mean, you know, we are engaged in cyber terrorism. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I got you.
And all of that goes on. I'm just saying that there is no proof. There's no way, because there's so many people who have this intelligence to be able to do these things. There is no way that you can pinpoint.
Well, actually, that's not true. Actually, you can. You can. I mean, you do have cyber experts who do that. So, but I got you.
But I'm saying we're supposed to believe that this is the same government who had us convinced that.
Okay, so actually, what you forgot is a whole new administration. So bottom line is, Savannah. So basically, what you're saying is, forget it. I won't believe anything anybody says. Okay.
No, I'm just saying that you can't just blindly take everything that they're saying for true.
No, I understand that, but that's. I got you.
At the end of the day, the emails exist. Let's focus on the content.
Well, no, actually, I mean, you have Kurt Eichenwald, who is with Newsweek. He actually has done some reporting where he has shown that several emails were fabricated. So, for instance, there was an email that was attributed to Sidney Blumenthal. They had all of this different stuff in it, and it was actually, so the email that was released said it came from Sidney Blumenthal, when in fact it was actually copy that was written by Kurt Eichenwald in one of his stories. So he actually, if you actually go, I'll point this here. If you go to Kurt Eichenwald's Twitter feed, you actually see his stories on that, where he actually proved that one particular email that was sent was actually fabricated. So so he's already done that. So and that's the and part and here's the deal. Part of the problem here is here's part of the problem here, that you have emails that were dropped. You have folks, some say some are true, others say they're fabricated. You have the Clinton campaign, they're not addressing it at all because well, but here's the problem. Well, no, actually, no, they've addressed it. They've addressed it by saying that they were hacked. There was a massive hack. Of course, intelligence officials talked about Russia hacking intelligence, hacking. But Savannah, they actually have. But Savannah, they have. If you actually go look up the statements by James Clapper and Jeh Johnson, and then take a look at it. Okay. All right. I appreciate it, Savannah. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Victor in California. Victor, you're on Roland Martin Show. What's up? Victor, you there? Hello? Nope, Victor's not there. Pam, Detroit, Motor City. Pamela?
Hi, Roland. How are you today?
I'm doing great. What's your comment?
My comment is, like the previous caller, you asked them how. I'd like to know why every time you ask Donald Trump supporter, what is his plans for America? What is his plans for Black people, whatever? They never can answer the basic what, when, where, how of basic English. And they go back to
actually hold tight. Actually, hold tight 1 second. Hold tight 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to a break. I want you to actually finish your comment when we come back, okay? 844-736-7474. 844-736-7474. Just getting your thoughts on just some more drama. 8 days left in the campaign. What do you make of this big mess on Roland Martin Show? Oh, you crying. All right, folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. We've been talking about this unbelievable, crazy, outlandish campaign here And of course, the emails from, the letter that FBI Director James Comey sent to Congress on Friday has led to a renewed emphasis on that. We know that when it comes to Congress, when it comes to now all of a sudden they might have more investigations, or they might have whatever. We still wait. But here's what's crazy about the letter. Comey says that he doesn't know what impact it's going to have. That the emails may not have an impact. So critics are saying, so why release such a letter? Because you sort of throw it out there and people sort of see it, and then they might believe it. So what do we make of the whole mess? So that's what's going on there. So getting your thoughts, 844-736-7474, 844-736-7474. Let's go to, let's see here. I'm sorry. We were talking to Pamela from Detroit before we went to the break. Pamela, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. My apologies. I had to break there, but go right ahead. All righty. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. You know what? And here's the deal. First of all, Pamela, thanks a lot. And let me tell you about, you heard what Pamela just said there when she said, keep talking for us. Let me tell you something. The issues that matter to us are going to have to be asked by us, but not just asked. See, again, though, I don't care about the question. What I care about are the policies. Let me say it again. What I care about are the policies. What I care about are African Americans who are spending decades on death row who didn't do it. Then all of a sudden they get clear and people want to pay them a pittance, and 20, 25, 30 years of their lives have been wasted. See, the only people who are asking questions about Black folks getting small business loans are Black folks. I have looked at this. If there's anything that's been frustrating to me during this campaign, like for instance, can somebody point to me how many times during a single debate, just give it to me, that Donald Trump was asked about the Central Park 5, the death penalty? I remember one of the debates, Flint barely came up. Barely. I've been asking the Trump people for the longest for his HBCU plan. For the longest. Still ain't seen it. So the issues matter. And look, you guys have seen it. I have been highly critical when necessary of the Obama administration about those issues that impact Black folks, especially when it comes to housing. So let me be real clear. These issues will still get put on the front burner, which is why I keep trying to tell y'all, you better have your own media. We better have our own media. I'm trying to tell y'all, have no idea. We're seeing it right now. the dearth of Black-owned radio stations and how that impacts what information we get. Y'all don't want to see the day when our Black newspapers are not here, in Black magazines, in Black-owned television. I'm telling you, you do not want to see that day. We're having to ask somebody else to cover what matters to us. Rosalind in Ohio. Rosalind, you're on the Roland Martin Show. What's up? Doing great.
I'm a Bernie Sanders supporter, or I was, and I was kind of thinking whether I should vote for Jill Stein or, and then I thought about what's important, and the Clintons have done a lot for Black people, and they've done some things to hurt Black people. But at the same time, we have to all work together, and I know Trump, he is so ignorant, he's a pervert. Anyone that's sitting on the fence and can't understand that he is nothing but evil. He's evil, and I made up my mind I'm going to vote for Hillary. And I don't see how anybody could be undecided. If you say you're religious, then how could you vote for someone that's so evil? It's just, I just want to say that I support Hillary. I went out and even got a sign. It's sad how some people, they don't pay attention to what's going on in the world and what's best for them, what's not good. I'm not saying we're going to get 100%, but we can sure work at it. We've been working for years and years since slavery, trying to be free. And the only way we're going to be free is for more of us to get involved. And all this voter suppression, that's all Comey's doing. It's another part of GOP voter suppression. That's it. That's all. So that's all. I just had to share my opinion today.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much, Rosalind.
Okay, keep doing what you're doing. I watch you every day.
I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Let me go to Victor in California. Hey, Victor.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, yes, Mr. Martin. I'm sorry. Last time you tried to call on me, somehow your phone disconnected on me or something.
Okay, we got you this time. We got you. We got you.
Yeah, but I want to say first off, I want to, I'm a fellow Houstonian too, so I like the hat, the Houston Texans, man. I just want to, I want to express my appreciation, man. Also, giving me time, on the show,
So hold on. Wait. Let me double check here. So you're a fellow Houstonian. Where'd you go to high school?
Yes, sir. I didn't go to high school in Houston. I dropped out of high school before I ever moved to Houston. I moved to Houston when I was an adolescent. I grew up in Houston.
Okay, all right. Because see, what happens is, the reason I do that, I run into people, and they say, I'm from Houston, and I go, no. What high school you went to? See, I have a very simple rule, Victor, that when people who claim to be from Houston, but then let's say they live in one of the suburbs, I have a rule. If you got your own mayor or city council, you cannot claim Houston. That's my rule. So when somebody say, I'm Sugar Land, no, you got your own mayor, city council, but you try to claim Houston. Anyway, go ahead, Victor.
See, I was in the city. I was over there for South Main, and really, I started off in South Main and Westridge, and we were getting ready out there, like on Fondren, Bel Air area, whatnot. But but anyway, on this political process that we have going on, I think it's a joke, to be honest with you. Either candidate to me is a bad choice. We have a third-party candidate in Jill Stein. I think she's the best candidate out of all of them. I honestly don't believe there's no way in hell she's going to get elected because of our process, the way that our political process is set up. We haven't really, to be honest with you, I don't think in the past 400 years of this country being alive, or however long this country's been alive, I don't think that we've actually ever chosen a president.
Actually, hold on 1 second. I got to go to a break. I want you. So you said we've never chosen a president. Okay, I want you to explain that when we come back. Hold tight 1 second, Victor. Folks, we're talking the election 8 days away. Man, y'all really want to talk about it. Lines are lit, and so let's keep it going. This is the Roland Martin Show. Back in a moment.
call 844-736-7474 and talk to Roland Martin next. We'll be back. Dave, what are you doing? Just sending a gift to Dave 2037. In the future, I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037. Gravity food or a hologram government. Cool like that. Dave 2037 deserved it. More apart. What are you getting Steve 2037? I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself. Well, all right, but don't expect me wearing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save.
A promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a covenant that split the skies over Berlin, a vow that captured Iwo Jima. A promise was made, a solemn oath that liberated Seoul, a sacred trust that defended Quezon, a pact that dug in and a contract that weathered the test. A promise was made, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, a bond that patrolled door-to-door in Fallujah, an IOU that raided IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans, a promise we all must keep. DAV fights for all veterans and their families so they get the health care, financial benefits, and support they earn. If you are a veteran who needs help or you want to promise, visit DAV.org.
Politics with entertainment just for kicks. He's rolling. It's on go, y'all. It's Roland Martin, yeah. Rolling with Roland now. He's funk, he's fresh, he's real the best. You know he's Roland Martin now.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. We're talking Election Day being 8 days away. What effect will the James Comey letter to Congress about these emails have on this crazy, outlandish, unbelievable campaign? We're getting your thoughts on that. Number to call is 844-736-7474. 844-736-7474. Victor from California was talking. So, Victor, I wanted to... Vic, you were saying something about we've never chosen a president. What do you mean?
Well, what I mean is that the financial institutions that whatever dominate in society at the time are the ones that choose the presidency. I mean, right now we have Goldman Sachs, ExxonMobil, whoever you have putting trillions of dollars up for campaigns. We're not doing that.
Okay, hold. Wait. Who's putting? First of all, they're not putting up trillions of dollars for campaign. So that's one. I mean, I get.
What I'm saying, Mr. Roland, is over a larger scale. What I'm saying, as far as two campaigns are put together, I remember when Barack Obama ran for presidency, right? He was getting $90 million a day on a campaign. You know how much money that is over the course of a year? So
But remember,
that's what I'm saying. Who's putting
No. Stop. Dude wasn't getting $90 million a day. Just stop it. No, Victor, that is wrong. Victor, that is dead wrong. Victor, Obama announced he was running for president in February 2007. I was there, freezing my butt off. Okay. He gets the nomination didn't end till June 2008. Okay, so that's 17 months, Victor. 17 months. He wasn't raising 90 million, Victor. He wasn't raising 90 million. Victor, in some reporting period, he raised 45 million or something. Dude, that's okay. So Victor.
But wait, Mr. Martin, I'm not saying he did or didn't. You're missing what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he did or didn't.
Actually,
I'm saying this was reported by the Houston Chronicle.
No, what you're saying is dead wrong.
It didn't come from me then. It came from the media as it normally does. But my point of what I'm saying is this right here. They hold all the cards. They hold all the money. They influence the advertising agencies. They can put trillions of dollars into advertisement every day, and it doesn't bother their pockets at all. That's what I'm saying, that we haven't chosen a president. We have not chosen a president in this country, in the history of this country. We have not chosen one. The Electoral College chooses the president. We do not choose the president. Our people vote does not matter. There's 2 times in the history of this country. Now, correct me if I'm wrong about this. 2 times in the history of our country, the popular vote outweighs the Electoral College vote. And both times the Electoral College vote was voted in the presidency. Am I wrong?
Okay, say it again.
There were 2 times in the history of this country, 2 times, twice, that the Electoral College vote was outweighed by the popular vote. The popular vote was basically put null and void and said, okay, we're going to go with the Electoral College.
No. That's
people, we don't decide anything.
But Victor, that is simply incorrect.
That's true.
Victor, it's correct. First of all, let me say, the popular vote informs the Electoral College vote. So, for instance, whoever wins the popular vote in Texas wins that state's Electoral College votes.
Well, explain the Bernie Sanders situation with Hillary Clinton.
Okay, first of all, the Electoral College does not come into account. Now, when you say explain it, in the primary, Hillary Clinton won more primary votes than Bernie Sanders did. What are you talking about? No, Victor, please listen. Victor, the Electoral College vote does not, I repeat, does not have primaries. There is no such thing as the Electoral College vote. The Democratic Party has, will you please but Victor, Victor, you keep, but that's my point. You're mixing things together. So let me just separate for you, okay?
Okay.
In the primary, in the primary, there are delegates. The Democratic Party changed their system from winner take all to proportionate delegation. That was done so in 1988, led by Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. Okay, so that's okay. No. They had super delegates at the time.
But they didn't. They never used those.
Jesus, yes, they did, Victor. Victor, yes, they did. There were super delegates, Victor, but they simply expanded it. That's why you have so many African Americans who are super delegates, because they expanded that. So that's just factual. That's just factual. Okay, that's just factual,
so
Victor.
You're saying. So your position is that. I mean, to me, I'm listening to you, Mr. Martin. Now your position is that this country is a democracy, correct?
My position is this here. When we go to the polls to vote in the popular vote, it doesn't matter. The winner of the popular vote in the general election wins that state's electoral college votes. Now, let me say this here. There are several states, Nebraska is one of them, Massachusetts is another, where they assign electoral college votes based upon who wins the congressional district. So for instance, okay, so but in every other state, whoever wins the popular vote wins that state's electoral college votes. So our popular vote does matter, because whoever wins the popular, like Victor, you're California. Whoever wins the popular vote in California will win California's electoral college votes.
Well, then explain, Mr. Martin, please explain to us all then, how is it possible that twice in the history of this country that the person who's won the more popular votes has not wound up?
Because the system that was created was to ensure that you would have smaller states which would have an impact on the campaign. So for instance, the electoral college system was set up this way. So for instance, if the election was all about who gets the most vote total, you wouldn't even have to campaign in, I would say, 2/3 of the states in America. All you would do is focus on the big states, because
Texas, California,
right, New York, New Jersey, Florida, North Carolina, so it's all. So electoral college vote was a way for the smaller states to still matter. So the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8 electoral college votes that you have, they all matter. So what I'm trying to explain to you is, in your state, your voting does matter, because whoever wins the popular vote in your state wins that state's electoral college votes.
But what happened with Al Gore?
Here's what happened with Al Gore. Okay?
Explain.
Here's what happened with Al Gore. What happened there was you had ballots that were disputed. You had the issue of hanging chads. You had lots of drama there. So here's what happened. So what happened was, and this is part of the problem with our election system, when our secretaries of state are also partisan. Okay? So what happened there is, Catherine Harris was the Secretary of State. So then when the recount went into effect, there was an automatic recount. Okay, and states have laws that trigger an automatic recount. And so what happens is that was then triggered. Then you had the lawsuit that was going back and forth. They were fighting over that, the idea of a recount. Well, you should count this county, this county, this county. It was all based upon the laws as well. Now, here is a problem. And that is, in the Bush v. Gore decision, Antonin Scalia said that there was no affirmative right to vote for Americans, because here's what used to happen. What used to happen is members of the United States Senate and Congress were picked by the legislature. They were not voted upon by the people. The political leaders picked them. And so in this whole deal, it was always arcane language where if it went through all of these different pieces, the Florida legislature could very well pick the electors. That's what happened there. But let's also be mindful of this here. Remember, yes, did Al Gore win the popular vote? Yes, because he won places like California and New York and New Jersey and those places. That's what happened. So, dude, you're just wrong. Our votes do matter. Our votes do pick the president because whoever wins the most votes in our respective states wins our respective electoral college votes. Okay?
I'm listening.
No, Victor, I'm done. I gotta go to a break, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
No, Victor, I gotta go to the next call too, bro. I've had you on for 10.5 minutes. I appreciate it, bro. Thanks a lot. All right, appreciate it. Thanks a lot. 844-736-7474. 844-736-7474. This is Roland Martin Show. Back in a moment. All right, my folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. 844-736-7474. 844-736-7474. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. We're talking about the campaign there. I'm sorry I had to give that civics lesson there, but you know, and it's. I mean, did this many people skip government class in school? See, I can't, all the conspiracy theories, oh my God, I can't with the conspiracy theories. I can't. And I get it. I get in terms of how we are in this election and how crazy things are. But guys, I don't get with the conspiracy theories. Oh, you know, people, the Rothschilds, they are choosing the next president. I've literally heard people say the Rothschilds are picking Donald Trump. Then I've also gotten tweets from people who said the Rothschilds picked Hillary Clinton. Okay, so which is it? Which is it? Please. Which is it? Because I can't keep up. I simply can't keep up. I can't. It's like one and another and another and another and another and another. I just can't. Just can't keep up. And so you sit there and you're like, really? Can't keep up. So, all right, 844-736-7474. All right, to the phone lines, Lang in Boston. Lang, you're on the Roland Martin Show. What's your comment?
I think they're trying to steal the election.
Say it again.
I think they're trying to steal the election.
Okay, when you say they, okay, they are trying. Who is they?
The Republicans. The Republicans.
Okay, how?
I think how?
No. I want you to explain it. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna explain this. Okay, from what I was reading, that FBI Comey had that information for a couple of weeks. But all of a sudden, he releases a week before the election. Now, here's the thing: Utah representative, he knew way before he opened his mouth and did not realize that letter hadn't gotten to the Republicans. So he went out and ran his mouth before the letter got to the Republicans. So that tells me right there, he knew right then and there what was going on. Also, too, look at Donald Trump's daughter-in-law. She ran her mouth about Donald Precious Comey to put the letter out to, about those emails. Now, they ran with it, talking about he's opening up the case again. But from what I was reading, the cases have never been closed at all. They are trying to bring her down. Bottom line is that the Republicans stated they're gonna, for the next 4 years, if she wins, they're gonna go after her. That's gonna prevent her from governing. So basically, they are trying to destroy that. And I don't know whether they're doing a good job or not, but from what I'm hearing about and what I'm seeing is that it doesn't look too good for her. But I don't understand why President Obama don't step in and do something.
Okay, but what would he do?
For one thing, from another thing I read is too that he has the power to release Donald Trump tax return.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He's to go pay it.
No, he does. No, he cannot. No, he cannot. The president of the United States.
The president is. I read it somewhere. I forgot.
No, you're wrong.
That they can do it. They can do it.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. No, Lang. Okay, Lang, where did you read it? Where did you read it?
I can't remember it.
Lang. I am telling you, Lang. I am telling you.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Lang, the president of the United States cannot order the release of a private citizen's. No, he cannot, Lang. Lang, do you realize that this is exactly why Richard Nixon? Lang. Oh my God, Lang. This is exactly why Richard. Okay, all right.
And it won't be that's public information. You can release it. Okay, put it right out there. If they're gonna sit there and do Hillary like that, put them out there.
Okay, all right. Okay.
They're trying to destroy us.
All right.
And it's not right, and it doesn't look right on black people. We all out there voting, and they trying to sabotage.
Okay.
Sabotage this election.
All right, Lang.
They tried it.
Lang, I gotta go to a break. I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Sorry, folks. What Lang said is simply not true. The president of the United States cannot, CANNOT, cannot order the release of a private person's tax records. President Obama cannot do that. Period. End of story. 844-736-7474. 844-736-7474. This is Roland Martin Show. Back in a moment. All right, folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. You know what amazes me? It amazes me the number of folks who really don't know our political system. That does amaze me. That does amaze me. That's just me. Okay. Evelyn, New Jersey. Evelyn, how you doing? I'm chilling. What's up?
For having a show like this, you know, on a different perspective, because if I had to listen to Fox News all day, I really would probably jump out of a window. So just hearing someone who, like yourself, is educated and pretty much knows a lot of many things, so it's good to hear your perspective. So thank you. But my thing is this. The whole thing with the election, first of all, is definitely a witch hunt. Basically, I feel that for me, email doesn't matter to me. You know, if you want to really look at it, when you look at character, I mean, Hillary made a mistake. She's not perfect. Nobody is. But I still can't understand for the life of me how people can feel that Donald Trump is a better choice. He has no history. Now, I know it doesn't take much to be a president in the United States, as long as you're a citizen and all the other stuff. But he still hasn't done anything. There are people that are billionaires like him, or so he says he is. We haven't seen his tax returns. We don't know. There are people that are billionaires or millionaires, multimillionaires that are more charitable than he is, that have done so much more things. When you look at his history, he always talks about Hillary's 30 years. Well, look at his history. I don't see where he's done anything. He definitely hasn't done anything for people of color. And if anything, he's discriminated against them. It's been proven he's discriminated against us. Look at the Central Park Five and how he rejected us for rent, him and his father. I mean, when I see African Americans tend to feel like, he's going to do something for us. You know, like we always have to have a leader. First of all, we should be leaders within ourselves. Why do we always have to take me to the leader, first of all? I have a woman on my Facebook page who's a Caucasian, and she tells me, oh, you know, I'm posting things about Trump and, you know, and to get out and vote. And she's like, oh, well, all Muslims, how could you say and not support Trump when he's trying to save our country from the Muslims, because all of them are violent. And that's not true. How can you say all Muslims are violent? So I let her have it, right? So I have many Muslim friends, white and black, and one of my Muslim friends, you know, answered her nicely and said, no, that's not who we are, very peaceful, and she let her know. And she couldn't even respond back. You know why? Because when you confront these people, like how they attack you sometimes and try to tell you something, Roland, when you confront them with facts, they have no clue how to answer. They have no clue how to come back. So this is what Donald, that's the only one thing I give him credit for, is the fact that he knew his demographic, he knew who he was speaking to, especially with white people, but definitely blacks too. He knew what to say, and people believed him, okay? And this makes me sick to my stomach. So basically, I have said, this election really brought out who is educated and who's not educated. I don't care how you slice it, because you can't have someone, he hasn't been necessarily convicted of rape yet, but he has a case coming up in December, okay, for raping a 13-year-old. There have been many stories that have come out about him having wild parties with young women. There have been all of these 12 women coming out almost daily about what he's done. One thing I know, where there is smoke, there is fire. And I'm not, just like how when with Bill Cosby, of course, a lot of us didn't want to believe that he could have done something like that. You know, we don't know all of the details behind it, but even with him, and I respected him and growing up and everything, we all did. But if he's guilty for doing something like that to women, he needs to be prosecuted. Okay? So how do we feel we somehow people I've even heard people say, well that's Bill Cosby, but that's not Donald Trump. How do you say that? How do you say that? You know? I don't understand the double standards in this country right now, but what I have found out is that when you talk to the Trump supporters, just like what you're hearing on your show, they're not educated. So you can basically tell them anything. And I had this woman almost made me fall out of the chair when she said, oh, well, you know, I don't care the fact that he has broke women. He can broke me anytime. I just trust him. Really? You let someone like that, you just trust him? What good basis do you trust Donald Trump? What has he done for anybody to prove that he can run a country or even be a president of all the people? The other day on CNN, they had in Finland where people, they can't believe America. They talk to the British. They can't believe Americans that we even fallen for this thing. How is it that they can see it and understand, but we can't? But then again, a lot of people from overseas, especially in London, they tend to be sometimes, you know, pretty educated. You know, I can't wrap my head around it. And this is why when people call in your show and they're saying all of these things and they think, oh, like this previous caller talking about the president can release, um, you know, make it so he can release his record of his tax return. That's private. He can't do that. He can't do that. That's private. If that's the case, he can demand anything. He can't do for so much. It's the same thing when he was in office.
Well, it's just crazy. I mean, it's just, I mean, the president simply does not have that power. That's illegal. It's literally illegal. I mean, one of the reasons why Richard Nixon, they were pursuing impeachment of Richard Nixon is because he wanted to sick the IRS on his enemies. That's one reason. So it's like, dude, he can't do that. Like, oh yeah, the guy like, well, I read it somewhere that the president can stop. Come on now, stop it.
Exactly, they can't. He can't. But see, but that's the thing, Roland. Even when he was in office, people were saying, like, especially even people of color, it's like, oh, well, why he doesn't do this? How come he doesn't do that? He can only do but so much. And they made sure that they had a meeting during when he first became president. I remember seeing that on the news where Liz McConnell and John Boehner went back there and said, we're going to make sure and block just about everything he does. Now, with Hillary, which is a continuation because she's a minority, she's a woman, and she is a Democrat, which they cannot stand. They already hated the 8 years and put that man through hell. Now they're going to continue it if she gets in. But when I heard, there was just on the news where John McCain had said, if she gets in, we're going to make sure and block everything. So this is what they do. So it makes it hard for them. So the goal was with Obama, okay, we're going to block a lot of stuff from him, give him a hard time. So one, he wouldn't become a two-term president. Well, they didn't succeed then, but they just continued on the journey of blocking and doing things so he could, you know, people would not like him. When really a lot of stuff wasn't always his fault, even though he did get a lot of things passed, a lot of things some he didn't do. So that was in hopes that now they could use that against the Democrats. So, oh, you really want a Democrat to be in office, like how Donald said, well, look at the Democrats. They've never done anything for black people. Really? Republicans done a whole lot? I don't think so. When in 2008, they called mostly everybody who was laid off and that they were lazy and bums. I remember that. I remember hearing about that. I saw them say that. You know, they wouldn't even approve the unemployment because they said, you know, oh, well, why don't you get a job? But really, you couldn't get a job at that time. It was hard to get a job at that time because of the economy crashing. I come from Wall Street at the time. I remember what happened. So people forget this. They forget that they did those things, that they said those things. So now all of a sudden now they're going to be for us. Now I'm not saying there are some things that they're good about and some things they're not, but for the most part, especially with conservative ones, they have very bad views on black people and people of any color, really. That's why the woman said to me about the Muslims. You know, like all Muslims all over the place are just bad people. We need to get them out of here. Well, I said to her, what about this domestic terrorism? What about that? Do you get them out of here? You know,
I got you.
the guy that walked into church, you know, and killed those people who they happen to invite into his place. You know what I mean? So, you know, I just think it's a witch hunt. It's a continuation of what they did to Obama, and they're going to do it until they get their Senate seat and also until they get back in. That's what I have to say, Roland.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. All right. 844-736-7474. All right, folks, when we come back, final segment for today's show. We'll take your phone calls. Just throw the Martin Show back in a moment. All right, folks, welcome back to the Roland Martin Show. 844-736-7474, 844-736-7474. This crazy election. It's crazy election. 8 days away. We're going to need a national, we're going to need like a month of healing. A literal month of healing as a result. All right, folks, let's get with it. Missy in New York. Missy, how you doing? Okay, so Missy, is Missy your actual name or is your nickname?
No, it's actually Melissa.
Okay, all right, I'll just check. Just curious.
Okay, yeah, I know, kind of complex.
Well, no, but a friend of mine, his daughter, her name is Missy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm like, she goes to school. I know she ain't calling, but she is from New York as well. So I was just checking. Go ahead, Missy.
Okay, well, thank you. Well, first I wanted to make a quick correction that on a comment that the previous caller made. It wasn't John McCain that said he's going to continue the witch hunt. It was actually Jason Chavez. And Chavez, let me tell you something. This is a complete black eye on our country. In my view, none of this emails and whether they were classified, none of it rises to the level of requiring a congressional investigation. But for Chavez's overzealous partisanship, it is disgusting. I'm so over it. I'm so over it. And to be quite frank with you, the thing that's been annoying me more than anything, and I'm not a person to blame the press. I have a sister who's a journalist. But I do believe that the press continuing to make comments like, especially on Trump's side, for example, African Americans, they're known not to get out there and vote. African Americans are not enthused. Oh, we're enthused. We are just quieter about it because we don't want to be retaliated against. We don't know who's looking at our social media accounts from our employers. But trust when I tell you, in my opinion, every African American or person of color, Latino, that I know has either voted early or will be right there at the polls, myself included. So again, this election has done something to me. I happen to be from a family that's of mixed race. I have a grandparent who's white. I'm so disgusted. And to me, to be quite honest with you, somewhere deep in my heart, I feel like a lot of this is about race. I can't help but feel that it's about race because some intelligent Caucasian people that I know are voting for Trump. So I feel like, especially with these Caucasian men, I feel like they feel that they're losing control over quote unquote their country. And I feel like they're just so afraid of losing a grip. But the reality is this country is growing browner year after year. So we all need to embrace it and not be afraid. It's just disgusting to me. And it feels good to sort of let it go and to share this with everyone. I just want millennials to get out and vote. African Americans, please understand what's at stake. And Roland, thank you so much for all that you're doing to keep these issues that impact us front and center. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate it.
Good day.
Thank you so very much for calling, Missy. Paula in Louisiana. Hey, Paula.
Good morning. I want to thank you for what you do, first of all. Apparently, what recently transpired with this, what you call it, the FBI director, he violated the Hatch Act. And he apparently he can go to prison for that. So this is just another.
Well, first of all, Nevada Senator Harry Reid, he said that, but other experts say that he is not. But that was the accusation, certainly, that was made by Senator Harry Reid. Go right ahead.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, since Comey is a Republican and Trump is a Republican, I believe that Trump probably encouraged him to do this witch hunt, despite the Hatch Act. And I think it's just disgusting. I've already voted. Vote blue. That's what you have to do. and I thank you. And I'm sick of it, and I know you are too.
It's all good, Paul. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. All right, Ben. 844-736-7474. 844-736-7474. So, folks, the thing that to me is crazy about this, and I believe that people, I do believe that people have pretty much made up their minds. But this election is still going to be close. I mean, it's still going to be close. You're still going to have folks who are very much on the fence here, and it is very interesting to me to hear just the dismissal of other issues. It's very weird to me. It's weird to me that when you look at this campaign, especially when I see evangelicals who for decades, character, morals, values, all these things. Now all of a sudden, no longer important. No longer important. And you go, really? Really? You serious about that? So, I love it. Oh, well, we're not electing a pastor in chief, but we're elected. Really? So when you were questioning Obama's faith, when you were questioning his character, going to Trinity and Reverend Wright's church, but now all of a sudden, it's not an issue. Okay, I got you. Renee in Georgia. Hey, Renee, you're on the Roland Martin Show.
To the director on Friday when he announced that he informed the Congress about the emails. It is so strange that weeks before, FBI agents knew earlier that month about the email. They waited weeks before they briefed the FBI director. And it's so ironic that Jason Chaffin, he's the head of the House Oversight Committee. Now, 19 days ago, he said that he would no longer, in good conscience, endorse Donald Trump for president because he could not look at his daughter in her eye and to tell her what Donald Trump said. Then, on October 26th, he just came out of nowhere and said he was voting for Donald Trump. Now, all of a sudden, now he made this announcement that he's planning on investigating the Clinton use of emails. Right now, John McCain, I'm going to block, if Hillary Clinton wins, he's going to block the confirmation for the Senate for, what do you call that? The
Supreme Court.
Yes, the Supreme Court. Ted Cruz. All of this from the 26th to 27th. Now, you can tell that this is so fishy because they knew about this letter before it was even announced. You know, this is just crazy. This is just crazy. All
okay.
Of them, you know, they are a basket of deplorables.
All righty. Got to go to a break.
Thank you.
I got to go to a break. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Folks, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow right here on Roland Martin Show. If you have not voted, do so. You got just one vote, use it. Do not allow your power to be unused. Got it? All right, folks, I got to roll. This is Roland Martin Show. Holla! All right, y'all gotta go. Holla at y'all. You too. Holla at y'all too.